Thanks for staying with us. So 27th of June happened to be World Scoliosis Day. In commemorating that day, our guest will explain what the causes, types, and how it can be diagnosed. Joining us on the show is a medical practitioner, Dr. Ayomide Adejuwon. Good morning, madam.
Good morning, Ma. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure to be on the show.
Yes, so you were diagnosed actually with scoliosis at the age of 12 at the National Orthopaedic Hospital in Igbobi. Tell us about that experience and how now you're helping people to detect it early in children especially.
Actually, scoliosis is, I call it abnormal sideways curvature of the spine. So the spine is the backbone, the bones that moves from the neck down to the back and to the bottom. At the back is the spine. So it actually curves a little bit, but for scoliosis, it curves more. So it shows the letter C or S because also there's a rotation. But you know, scoliosis, now we've started seeing babies with scoliosis, but initially, it's most often occurs at the puberty age, at the growth spots. So 12 years of age, 13, that's when most people actually detect that they have scoliosis. And sometimes the parent might feel it's a bad posture until it's lingering for long. And that's when it makes them worried. And that was what actually occurred in my own aspect. My family, actually, my dad thought it was a bad posture, but later on they were like worried that why can't you walk straight like the normal child, other children. And so they took me to contacted one of my auntie at Igbobi, and they took me there. And so that was why I knew what scoliosis was. And this thing actually helped me and wanted me to be a doctor to know how to manage it myself. And thank God I've been seeing a lot of patients calling in for this online program that we're going to start very soon. And some of them also started, was diagnosed at the age of 12 as well, or 13.
Okay, when we see young kids that are tall, is it prominent amongst children that are tall, or anybody could have it?
Anybody can have it, but once you're tall, if you have scoliosis, it actually shortens your length. So it will reduce your height. That's what scoliosis, because I was tall when I was growing up, but because of the further curvature, it reduces my height. So scoliosis does that as well. So you can still be tall, but depending on the curvature and the degree of the curve.
Does it impair mobility in any way?
No, it depends. There are different types of scoliosis. They have the neuromuscular one. That is the one that is actually very severe. It can be caused like by polio or neuromuscular spinal bifida. So those ones are very severe. So sometimes mobility might be, it might affect their mobility, but most of the time it's only their posture that it affects. And then severe ones also affect respiratory organs as well. So it depends on the severity. So, but most of the time it shouldn't affect your mobility.
Okay, I wanted to ask, is it preventable or curable? Can it be corrected if it is detected early?
Some of it is hereditary, most of it is hereditary. And the other ones are not hereditary, maybe it's congenital, maybe from birth, or maybe it's from nervous system problems like the ones that causes polio and spinal bifida. But we can't prevent it. The only thing is you can reduce the curvature of the spine. So once you get detected, like after 12 years when I was diagnosed, I started using a Milwaukee brace. So we didn't have that brace in Nigeria then, so my dad flew to Germany to get the brace. So that brace actually does not correct the curvature, but it reduces the curvature. So the final thing is the surgery. It's surgery that actually can make the spine straight back. So it's just surgery.
Is there a time?
Okay.
So sorry, is there a time frame for this correction you're talking about for a child? Can you do it as an adult?
The time frame. Sorry.
Is there a time frame for the correction of the spine?
After the surgery, the correction is immediate. It's just that they have to put the screw on your spine, so it's going to be there for life, or depending on the modality. Yeah, but without the surgery, there's no way you can make it straight. The spine. So the braces reduces the curvature, further curvature. That's what it does. Then actually, there's also a new method that I'm actually getting in touch with people in Germany. It's called scratch method. It helps. It's a physiotherapy that helps with massage and the pain. According to them, the group, they say it's also reduced the curvature as well. But surgery is the main modality of treatment.
So regardless of what age the person is, at the end of the day, it has to go through surgery.
Help.
Yes, yes.
Interesting.
Did you undergo surgery?
Sorry?
Did you undergo surgery to correct your scoliosis?
No, I'm still living with scoliosis. At the time that was detected, we're told that we're told that we can't do the surgery then, that I was maybe too young to do the surgery, that I have to get to a age limit, maybe 18 years old, before I can do this surgery. So that was and I traveled to Russia to do my medicine. So we just left everything there. So we still have a lot of patients, living with scoliosis. So we can live with it, but you can also do the surgery. Okay. But then we didn't have the surgery done in Nigeria at that time. Okay. But now they've started doing it according to the consultants at Igbobi now.
Okay, so, I know this was not part of the plan, but since you say you're living with scoliosis, would you be willing to show us how your posture, can you stand, let us see? So we have an idea what we're talking about, because Nigerians always like that, we like the visual representation of what you're talking about.
Well, if you can see me, because normally, because of the posture, yes, I don't like putting on tight things. Right. So I put on free gown. Okay. So this video is not going to show my full posture. Right. So it's, right. I would have, yeah. So, okay. But it's actually, I don't know, the flyer actually shows, we have a flyer going on. It shows how the spine curves. So I don't personally put on tight things so that people don't see this posture. Right. So I like putting on free gowns and everything like that.
Right. So it's not visible on you based on what you wear.
Hello?
It's not visible, like we won't see you and notice there's a curve to your spine.
Sorry, the line is breaking. Can you repeat the question again, please?
I'm saying that based on what you wear, it won't be visible to people that are not aware.
Till now, some people still don't know that I have scoliosis because I really don't wear tight things that much, so they don't know. But if you're a medical person, once you see me, you will know. Then if you really look at me very well, yeah, you can know. But because I don't really put on tight things, so some people still might not know that I have scoliosis. But there are some people that theirs is very severe. You can see them on the streets. Right. Even those that have lumps in the back, some of them are scoliosis already affecting it as well. Right. Because there are different types like kyphoscoliosis. Those also are the shoulder blades protrudes at the back as well.
Yeah, so I was just going to ask that. So hunchbacks, that's scoliosis. People who have the hunchback.
Yeah, it's part of, yes. Kyphoscoliosis, lordosis, you have all those ones, yes.
Oh, wow. Now, does it affect pregnancy?
Yeah, well, normally, the spine also helps in pregnancy. So I would not say it affects or it does not affect. Literally, according to literature, it should. But to the glory of God, have a set of twins. Yay. So
wow, congratulations.
Of the glory. So when I was, that was the worry of the family, especially my dad. How will you carry a child? How will you do this? You get married. So I had to go to India to give birth because I know definitely it's going to be high-risk pregnancy. So I didn't want to deliver in Nigeria, though I was working at Luth then. So that's it. But
you're a doctor in Nigeria, auntie.
Sorry?
You're a Nigerian doctor. You now went to India.
Well, I wanted to go to US, but my visa, I think my visa expired and they didn't want to renew another one for me because I was going to deliver there and it was already obvious. So that was the reason why I had to go to India. I didn't just want to deliver in Nigeria at that time because my dad didn't want to.
Don't mind her. Don't mind her. She said you are going to, because you are even making your case worse by saying you wanted to go to America. But don't mind her, understand, because you did not want to die.
Dr. Adejuwon.
I actually want to say something.
Okay.
Please, I'm sorry. For scoliosis, according to literature, it does not come with any pain, only deformity, shoulder blade higher than the other and the waistline. But as a patient living with scoliosis and as a doctor, I found out that we've been having pains all through. because during my medical study in Russia, I was having a physiotherapy session. And some of the patients that have been calling for this online program, even some of them one of them is a medical doctor, and she also told me that she feels that pain, but the consultant and the surgeon says it's a discomfort, you know. So it's another thing on its own. So during my pregnancy, I did not feel that pain. So throughout my pregnancy, I really want to give God all the glory, because the pain is actually much.
Wow.
But, well, according to surgeons, it says that scoliosis does not give pain, it's just discomfort. Right. So that's another.
I'm happy about your testimony, and really many people will probably receive healing from just listening to that. But from the medical perspective and nutritional perspective, I wanted to ask, are there things you could probably be eating or you could eat that will prevent the onset of this? Or are there things that even if you discover early enough, you can start eating those things, maybe high in calcium, whatever it is, that might prevent it from getting into being the hunchback level?
No. I've told you scoliosis is the main cause of scoliosis is idiopathic. We call it idiopathic. That means the cause is unknown. Most type of scoliosis is idiopathic. We don't know the cause. And but we've known that most of it is hereditary. Okay. Hereditary, maybe mostly from the paternal side, is hereditary. So there is nothing you eat or nothing you do that can, prevent it. It comes naturally. So the cause is still yet unknown. And then most of it is hereditary. At least my brother's daughter, I've done our own surgery for scoliosis. That's in my family as well. So some people might have it maybe from their generation and they never knew.
Let me take this call from Yakub. Yakub, are you there? Thanks for calling. Yakub.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, Mario. Please, I'm sorry to take you back to what Sister Ayeni said earlier about the reopening of the school, because it's just so concerned to my heart as well. You see, Sister Ayeni has said it all. I don't see a reason why the government should rush into open our school. Because the important thing is that Sister Ayeni mentioned earlier is that the person that lives life is the one that we're going to sit for the exam. Yes, I really support that opinion. Because if our children go to that school, or because they want to fight for the exam, they can't control themselves. And then, Morai, I want to ask the question. They want to rush to open this school. What is the parameter being put in place for these children? What is the parameter? Some of the schools, they don't even have running water. And then they want to send them to an environment all because they want to start for the exam. They should think twice. They should think twice. I want to.
Thank you very much, Jakub. Go ahead, Tokwe.
So I wanted to ask the doctor concerning the age. If you said most people discover that they have this disease from around 12, where they have the growth spurt in height. Is there a particular age where if a child gets to like maybe 18 or 20 and you didn't notice any curvature, means that they've escaped falling into this diagnosis? Is there age range?
Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for that question. Normally, it's if you're going to have scoliosis, it will start from your growth age, or maybe from childhood, 12, 13, 15. Anybody, let me just give you a scenario. Somebody told me that, she was diagnosed with scoliosis at the age of 20, 25 or 23. But that doesn't mean that the person did not have scoliosis ever since. So there is no way that you get diagnosed for scoliosis at the age of 30. It has started, it has been there. You just didn't go for the diagnosis or go to the doctor. You thought it was a bad posture. So if it's going to be there, it would have started from maybe 12, or now we've started seeing babies with scoliosis. So normally the age is from 12, 13. We call that adolescent scoliosis. And then we have the infant type scoliosis for the children as well. So if you're above 30 and you're having scoliosis and you never had it before, there must be a reason. There must be an underlying issue for that.
Okay.
Someone made a statement on Twitter. I want you to correct it, please. He said his name is Adekunle Skudus. He says, while it might be an insidious onset, a good number of cases have been linked to poor biomechanics of the body, which eventually translates to the spine. A simple alteration in the normal gait pattern over time can cause
scoliosis.
More so if the ligaments are raw and muscles weak.
Is that correct?
Is this correct?
Actually, I told you earlier that there are different types of scoliosis. The ones that affect the muscles are the ones that affect the nervous system. So just like polio and other things. So there are different types, and there's the one that is hereditary and there's one that is idiopathic. It might be from the biomechanism of the body as well, but the cause is still, the cause of most of it is still yet unknown. So the ones that is talking about move towards the nervous system's issue, the neuromuscular type of scoliosis.
Okay, I have to wrap up with you soon. Scoliosis in Nigeria, you talked about the surgery. Can it be done? I mean, do we have people who can actually do a successful surgery of scoliosis in Nigeria, or do we have to also go to India?
No. Actually, we work in conjunction with National Orthopaedic Hospital Igbobi, and I've spoken with some of the surgeons there. I saw the CMD, I think 2 weeks ago, and they told me that scoliosis, and now they do the surgery in Nigeria. So you don't have to fly to Chennai, or because most of the doctors also trained in India as well. So you can do the scoliosis in Nigeria here, and that's what we are actually looking forward to for most of our patients as well.
Is it affordable?
Well, I don't think it's going to be affordable, because even when you do it overseas, it's millions of dollars. But in Nigeria, it shouldn't be less than 2-3 million, I think so.
Naira.
I really don't know the exact figure. Yes, nothing less than that. Yes. Wow. So I feel so.
That's expensive.
Yeah. Yes.
That's extremely expensive. 3 million.
So for those of us that cannot afford the surgery, so what's the worst case scenario? We then have a hunchback, or we live with that bent all our lives? So what exactly is the worst case scenario?
Okay, no, it depends. If you're doing medical checkup and you don't have any complications with it, and if you still want to do the surgery, of course, that's why the NGO is there. We can always look at how to get sponsors to support for the surgery, and that is if it's really affecting or diminishing your health. Yeah, but some people still live with scoliosis. But if you want to do the surgery, if you don't have the financial capability to do that, but we have to also weigh options as well. If it's really affecting your health, because it also affects the respiratory organs as well. So we know that one, depending on the curvature of the spine. So it's a different thing entirely. Some people still live with it and get it done. Some people are scared of surgery. At the time, I was scared of surgery. I didn't want to go into the surgery because I didn't even know what to do. I was like, I'm okay. So some people are living with it like that. But if you want to go for the surgery, it's expensive. Well, we can look for how to raise funds and get supporters to help us with it.
Unfortunately, that's all we can take on the show. Thank you so much, Doctor, for...
Thank you.
How old are your twins? Oh, she missed that. Okay. All right, that's all we can take. We've been speaking with the medical practitioner, Dr. Ayomide Adejuwon. Let's wrap up. Have a fabulous. Why do you have any tips for us?
No, I was just wondering that if you do the operation and it's a failure, what happens? That's what I wanted to ask her. You know,
may it not be a failure.
May it not be a failure,
especially in Nigeria.
It's fine.
And I tried to of my accident because that's your accident. It was in Nigeria.
You'll be with the angels right now.
I like you've been dead or you've been on wheelchair or something. That's all we can take. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
You can watch Your View on TVC every Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Nigerian time on DSTV channel 418, GOTV channel 27 and channel 47, StarTimes channel 121 and channel 307, Play TV channel 801 and channel 190, UHF 49, Sky channel 515 for UK viewers. Watch live on Facebook at TVC Connect and on our website tvcentertainment.tv/livestream.